Welcome back. Now it's time to look at some useful methods from the time module. The time module in Python provides various functions that help you work with time-related tasks. First we have time.time. So what it does, this function returns the current time in seconds since the epoch, which is January 1970. This value is a floating point number and is commonly used to measure the time taken by a piece of code to execute. So let's import here time. And I will go down here, I'll type start time equals to time dot time. Then I'm going to type here for I in range. Let's put here 1,000,000. And colon pass. Then I'm going to type here end time equals to time dot time. Then I'm gonna do the print, and the print is gonna say, now if you run this, we get execution time 0. Let's make this bigger. We wait a little bit. I think now it will take too much time, but okay, we're still waiting. I'm gonna stop this. Now let's delete this. Next, let's look at time.sleep. This function pauses the execution of your program for a given number of seconds, and you can use it to introduce delays in your program. It's often used to pause between retries in a loop to slow down the process or to synchronize events. So I'm gonna have this start, I'm gonna sleep for 2 seconds, and then it's gonna print end. So start 2 seconds, and then we have end. So this is the sleep. So I'm gonna delete this. Now next we have time, and we have strf time. This function formats a time or a date into a readable string according to a specified format. The optional t, so you have the format and t parameter represents, let me show you actually what I'm talking about. So this looks like this. So the optional t parameter represents the time to format, but if you don't provide it, the current local time is used. And this is useful when you need to display the date and time in a specific format, like in logs or user interfaces. So let's copy this code. So I'm gonna paste it here. So this is this. Now if I run this, we get formatted time and get 2024 08 24, and we have 10 and 43 and 10 seconds. Now let me show you what all of those values, I don't know how to call them, mean. So I'm gonna paste it here to see it, and you can pause the video and can look at each of them if you want. So I'm gonna put it here. So this is what all of those are doing. You have %i, you have year with century as a decimal number, you have %, I think it's m, month as a 0 decimal number. So just take a pause and look at all of those options that you can use. I'm gonna delete this, I'm gonna delete this, and I'm gonna move to time.local time, and we need to pass seconds for the parameter. So it looks like this, and here we need to pass seconds. This function converts the time expressed in seconds since the epoch, like from time.time into a struct time object representing local time. If you don't pass any argument, it returns the current local time. It's useful for breaking down a time step into its components, like year, month, day, etc. So I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna show you how this works. We have this current time, time.local time, and we have current time. So it will break it down into components to break down this time. So if I run this, get this. So this is what this is doing. And those are the attributes that you can use. So let me paste them. I'm gonna go here and again pause the video and look at all the options that we have here. So you can use all of them here. I'm gonna delete this. Next we have time dot make time. You have m kappa time t. Let me bring it to show you. So we have this, should be time here. So what this is doing, this function converts a struct time or a tuple representing a time to seconds since the epoch. Essentially, it is the inverse of time dot local time. It is useful when you have a date and a time and you need to convert it to a timestamp. So if I copy this, we have the tuple and it's going to be converted into seconds since the epoch. So if I run this, we get 1.7 billion seconds. All right, let's delete this. So this is what it's doing. Next we have time GM time. So let me copy to show you. So we have this. It's similar to time dot local time, but it converts seconds since the epoch to UTC time, so coordinated universal time rather than local time. It's useful when you need to work with or display the time in UTC. So if I copy this, paste it here, I'm gonna run it. We have the year 2024. I'm gonna delete this. Next we have time.perform counter, and this function returns a high resolution time counter as a floating point number, which includes time spent during sleep. It is typically used for benchmarking. Its use case is best used when you need very precise timing for performance measurements like profiling code. Example, I'm gonna copy this. So we have here, now if I run this, we get execution time 0.00 seconds, 0.03 seconds. So this is what this perform counter is doing. This is useful in situations when you want to see the time performance. So I'm gonna delete this. Then we have time ASC time, which takes as an argument a t, which converts a struct time or a tuple to a string representing the local time. If you don't provide an argument, it uses the current time. And the use case is it quickly converts a time structure into a readable string format. So let me show you. So this is what this method is doing. So let's delete this. Next we have time.cTime, and we have seconds. Let me show you how it looks. So it looks like this. And this converts a time expressed in seconds since the epoch into a string representing the local time. If you don't provide an argument, it uses the current time. It's similar to time.asc time, but it works directly with the timestamp. So this is what this is doing. Run. And we have, I think I did the same example. Next we have time.time_ns, and this is similar to time.time, but it returns the time in nanoseconds since the epoch. So let me show you. This is to return the time in nanoseconds since the epoch, current time in nanoseconds, and we have this. Alright, this is our discussion about the time module. Those are some useful functions, some useful methods that you can use with the time module. Alright, I'm gonna end this video here and I'll see you in the next video.